let's talk about something I like to call the Great O-Ring Debacle of 2021/2022, because this shit's still going on. Most of you will probably find this video a little on the boring side, but I'm making it for my parts guy and Audio-Technica, because I keep ordering O-rings for, I got a broken O-ring on one of these, I'll show you in a minute, and I keep ordering O-rings, I keep getting sent O-rings, but it's the wrong O-ring every time. So my parts guy sent me a schematic, and he's like, can you point out what O-ring you're talking about? And I pointed it out, O-ring number 10. And then he talked to Audio-Technica, and Audio-Technica's like, well, that's the one we've been sending. And I'm like, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So anyways, I was at a corporate event, and thought the microphones were done being used, so I was shutting them off and putting the battery cover back on. And then somebody came up and was like, hey, can I make a quick announcement? So I spun the battery cap off as fast as I could, flipped the switch, and as I was spinning off the battery cap, there's a little O-ring that goes right in this groove here, if you can see it there. And I ripped it in half. It was just too much friction. I was spinning that cover off way too fast. This one still has the O-ring, if you can see it right in here. Anyways, ripped the O-ring in half, and I was like, well, I'll order a new O-ring, but instead of ordering one, I'll order 4, because if I do it to one O-ring, chances are down the road I'm going to do it to another one. And when we're talking about a part that, I don't remember the price exactly, but probably less than $2, and you're paying $9 for shipping, well, you might as well order a couple of them. So I got my 4 in. And, well, I'll show you in a second, it didn't fit, so I was like, hey, I got the wrong one, so they sent me another 4. An appropriate size baggie this time. This one, oddly large baggie. But I got the same O-rings in. And now here's what I'm gonna do. O-ring from the bag. O-ring from a good mic. I'm just gonna spin this guy off of here without ripping it, otherwise I'll really be in trouble. So then I'll have 2 mics down. So good O-ring, replacement O-ring. Now I am going to try to get these up to the camera, so hopefully you can see this one is just a lot thicker. And it might not seem like it's that big of a deal, but I'm going to show you what happens with that thickness. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the good O-ring back on, and you'll see how easy it slides over. Look at that, snaps right into place. Thicker O-ring doesn't go over as easy. It definitely is possibly a different type of rubber, but it's you know, I mean, it snaps in there, but it snaps in there. I'm not sure if you can see that it's a little ridged and a little bulged out there compared to, this is the good one. If you can see, it's a little bulged out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw the battery cap back on a good one. So first you spin it by the first threads, then you get it up to there, and look at that. I mean, it just goes on so nice, and your mic is back together. Now, the not right O-ring. Take the battery cap, hits the first ridges, you spin it on, it makes it past, and then you see this metal battery area actually tapers down here and gets just thin enough for the O-ring to pass so that you don't get dust up inside your battery compartment. Well, I mean, there is, oh, I mean, it's the wrong O-ring. Like, you can see, it's not, and that's the problem, is there is it's just too big of an O-ring. There's too big of a bulge on the outside. I would dare say this O-ring looks like this O-ring. I'm not going to take this one off because, well, it's further up and I feel like it'd be a bugger to get back on, but when you look at the two O-rings there, I don't know if this helps at all, but when you look at this O-ring and this O-ring, they're looking like the same O-ring. So I think I'm getting sent this O-ring multiple times, but this is the O-ring I need. And so my parts guy was like, hey, maybe Audio-Technica threw the wrong O-rings in the parts bin, wherever they keep their O-rings. So that was my video of the Great O-Ring Debacle of 2021/2022. Hopefully, I can get this figured out now. Parts guy, Greg, I think that was your name. Feel free to share my video with Audio-Technica if they have any questions, because it's obviously the wrong one. Yes, parts guy's name is Greg. And of course, Greg, if you have any other questions, feel free to shoot me an email, but hopefully you can help me solve my O-ring problem. For everybody else, I did get a Yamaha Stage Pass 1K in just today. Gonna record an unboxing video, so look for that shortly. Until next time, have a good day.